Bears fans, let's have an honest, open conversation. And I understand and I empathize with you that are cynical. I've been there, but let's take a step back and let's evaluate. A lot of us are scared to love again. We're scared to get hurt again. And that's okay. I get that. In some aspects, I feel that way. However, let's frame this properly and let's look at what has been done this offseason. If you were to bring in Howie Roseman from Philadelphia and he was to consult the Chicago Bears on what moves they needed to make in the offseason, what would he say? What would I say? What would you say? What would anyone with a brain say? Fix the trenches. You've got 3 holes in your offensive line: right guard, center, and left guard. Fix those. Your defensive line was weak last year. Sign an edge. Create competition, create depth. More importantly than that, bring in a head coach who is intelligent, who is smart, and who is not going to beat himself. Bring in somebody who is sought after and who is night and day the obvious decision. Don't bring in a Canadian Football League coach. Don't bring in a guy just because his name was associated with Pat Mahomes. Bring in the guy that everybody wants. Check, check, check. The Bears have done all of that. We've hired Ben Johnson. We've fixed all 3 holes on the offensive line, and we've patched up that defense all before the draft. That's how you do free agency. You fill needs. Well, you don't go into the draft desperate trying to fill needs. You add best player available. So Howie Roseman, what does he do? Well, look at his trenches. He can afford to lose a guy like Hargraves. He can lose a guy like Josh Sweat. Why? Because he drafts and he fills and he backfills and he has beasts. He has competition in the trenches and it's never an issue. So while, yes, we are the Bears, let's add some perspective to this conversation. We have never had a Ben Johnson. After Lovie Smith, we've made things incredibly hard on ourselves by going the Trestman route, by going the John Fox route, by going the Nagy route, who gets a worse rap than he deserves. But still, you get the point. Stop doubting yourself. Everybody wanted him, no matter what. He was clear as day the right choice. Anyone with a brain would have fixed the offensive line, which we did. That's not just a one-time thing. That needs continual replenishment. And Ben Johnson, every time you see this guy talk, he sounds smarter than the last time. So while yes, there are those of us who are cynical and rightfully so, I don't blame you. I've been there. Let's just take a step back and see that these decisions are decisions this offseason that any sound and logical team and executive would make, and we've done those. There's more to do. We're not done. But all of these stepping stones are hopefully leading us to the bright future that all of us want so desperately, because as Ben Johnson said, Chicago is a sleeping giant. 100%. I believe that. If he can just be who we all expect him to be and develop Caleb Williams, damn right we're a sleeping giant, and we're going to be a giant that nobody wants to mess with for the next 20 years. Bear down, baby.